Drew Kane's once celebrated return to Port Charles has now unraveled into a tangled web of tension, suspicion, and outright hostility. Once a decorated Navy SEAL and respected figure in the Quartermain family, Drew has somehow managed to alienate nearly everyone around him since stepping into the political spotlight as a congressman. His political career has emboldened him, but it has also sharpened the divide between him and those who once called him a friend, or even family. Nowhere is that divide more apparent than with Alexis Davis, a woman who has tried to extend him the benefit of the doubt but is rapidly reaching her breaking point. What began as an uneasy truce in the name of family is morphing into an all-out personal war, and Scout Quartermain, Alexis's young niece, is at the center of the storm. The friction between Alexis and Drew has deep roots but reached an unavoidable turning point after the sudden death of Alexis's daughter, Sam McCall, last fall. Sam's passing was a devastating blow to the entire family, leaving her two children, Danny Morgan and Scout, without their mother. Danny, the son of Jason Morgan, remained with his father, while Scout, the daughter Drew shares with Sam, became a pawn in a custody arrangement that was supposed to keep the siblings close. Initially, the Quartermain mansion was meant to serve as the family's anchor, with Jason even moving back in to honor Sam's wish of keeping the children together. But Drew, perhaps driven by personal motives or a belief that he alone knew what was best, quietly removed Scout from the mansion to live with him in Willow Tate. This shift cut Scout off from regular contact with much of her extended family, Alexis included, creating resentment that only deepened over time. That resentment came to a head when Danny, desperate to reconnect with his little sister, found a way to visit her at summer camp. Scout confided that she wanted to see the Quartermain mansion again, and Danny, acting on instinct rather than rules, took her there. The gesture, innocent in intent, lit a fuse under Drew. His reaction was swift and severe. He accused Danny of crossing boundaries and went so far as to threaten him with legal consequences. It was only Harrison Chase's refusal to pursue charges that kept Danny from being dragged into the legal system. For Alexis, this incident was more than just overreaction. It was a warning sign that Drew was willing to wield control like a weapon, even against children. Drew's controlling behavior didn't stop there. With his eyes set firmly on Washington, D.C., he began making plans to relocate, and, of course, take Scout with him. For Alexis, the idea of her niece being removed even further from her family in Port Charles was unthinkable. She knew traditional legal channels might be useless, given Drew's political connections and resources. That reality has pushed her toward the dangerous territory of contemplating extreme measures to protect Scout, even if it means jeopardizing her own freedom. The thought of launching a custody battle feels almost futile, and in Port Charles, desperation has a way of turning into something much darker. Adding to the combustible mix is Drew's growing list of adversaries. His tenure in politics has earned him enemies both in and out of the courtroom, and whispers of his arrogance and backroom dealings circulate freely. Allies have become scarce, and those who remain loyal often seem motivated by what they can gain rather than genuine belief in him. Against this backdrop, the idea of someone plotting to remove Drew from the picture entirely isn't far-fetched, it's practically expected. If something were to happen to him, Alexis wouldn't be the only name on the suspect list, but her escalating conflict with him could make her one of the most obvious. Meanwhile, the emotional fallout for Scout is impossible to ignore. She has endured the loss of her mother, the separation from her brother, and now the looming threat of another major upheaval in her young life. For Alexis, these circumstances are intolerable. As a mother who has lost a daughter and a woman who understands the scars that fractured family ties can leave, she is unwilling to watch another child she loves be swallowed by isolation. Whether her plan remains within the boundaries of the law, or veers into far riskier territory, may depend on how far Drew pushes her. In the weeks ahead, the tension promises to escalate. Drew's insistence on charting his own course without regard for the emotional wreckage he leaves behind could spark confrontations in courtrooms, backrooms, and behind closed doors. Port Charles has seen its share of power plays and personal vendettas, but the fight over Scout threatens to merge both into a single, explosive storyline. Alexis has been underestimated before, but those who mistake her restraint for weakness may soon be reminded that when it comes to protecting family, she is capable of anything. Whether Drew's downfall comes from legal defeat, political scandal, or something far more permanent, the stage is set for a reckoning. Each move he makes seems to draw another line in the sand, and each line invites someone to cross it. For Alexis, the choice is looming: abide by a system stacked against her, or take action that can't be undone. In Port Charles, the difference between hero and villain often comes down to perspective, and the story of Drew Kane and Alexis Davis may soon prove that in the most shocking way possible.